Hello everyone, it's Graham from Lakeside and welcome to, I think it's number 8 of the O-Gauge Class 50 build. I think I've actually produced 6 on wheels. The chassis is now complete. It's sprayed up, all bolted together, all the electrics are final assembly. And the body, if it was complete, would be ready to bolt on. The body is not complete, however, nowhere near it. But I will roll it into view and you can see what you think. And there she is. So let's have a look. So basically overall what we have is that it's all finished in satin black. Well, between matte and satin it's more like a matte black than a satin, which is what I wanted. And as you can see, everything is now bolted on, wired up. The only thing which isn't is the smoke unit. It's not got its final connection to the decoder yet, but I'll be doing that this weekend. And it's literally only 4 wires, so that's not a problem there. I have temporarily, just for the video, stuck on the, well, not stuck, but placed on the front, the bulkheads for the front cab. And I've managed to get a really nice, if I can zoom in, a really nice driver in O-Gauge for a diesel, and it just so happens that he's positioned perfectly for his hand on the lever there. And it's a super model, it really is. No painting to do on it, that is how it came, and very, very pleased with it. So drop back a bit. So as you can see, it's now all painted. We go to the motor. There's a flywheel sitting on top there now, which is the one which I got made up at work. Let me see if I can get the one from Slater's. This is the one from Slater's, which is okay, but for me it was sitting too high. It's quite a bit deeper than this one, but they both weigh the same, because what I've done, I've increased the diameter to give the same mass as what I've got on the smaller diameter. If I place this on the top, you'll see what I mean. So it's larger in diameter but shallower, and the inside of that has been taken out, so the weight is about the same, but that does absolutely perfect. It clears the roof line and still allows for the turning through that arc for going through curves and points. So that's a perfect job for that. And the spindle for the motor is right at the very top there. And I've got plenty of room underneath. It's not disturbing anything underneath. Oh, I'm lying on the floor here, so it's a little bit difficult. So to go along, we've got the decoder as normal, but that's now permanent. The smoke unit, again, as you've seen before, but now permanently in position. And the back, really, there's nothing on there. That's plain. But what I have done is now wired up that rear bogie with all 6 wheels. So I've got 6 plus 4 which are powered, but these 2 here are unpowered because you cannot get a connection with the gearbox in position here. You can't get the pickup to actually fit. So that set and that set are powered, along with those 6 wheels there. So there's 10 wheels in total, which got pickups on, which is adequate. So that takes care of the chassis really. That's all done and dusted. The sound box has now been sealed up completely, and I've run some edging strips along here, along the back and along the front here, to seal it once again, so it's had a double seal. There's foam from top right the way through down to here, so that's really absorbing all the sound as well, so the only sound really is going to come out here. Nowhere is it going to come out from here. Sounds good, which I'll show you a bit later. So that's it, that takes care. I've managed to do as best I can on those 2 little compressor thingies there. Nightmare of a job, absolute nightmare of a job. Hated it, but that was the only part which gave me any grief. But the rest of the build was absolutely fantastic. Brilliant job. Hats off to Just Like the Real Thing. It really did go together well. Very, very pleased with it. Okay, so that's the engine, sorry, the chassis. I'll show you before I show you the body, I also managed to get hold from Slater's some working couplings, screw couplings. Where's my camera? There. If you can see, let's hold that up to the light. So fiddly. There we go. Brilliant things they are. I'm not getting it in focus, am I? How about that? There we go. Got left and right hand threads on it, on that arm there, so that when you do swivel it, it does actually tighten up. You can see there's a spring there where my thumb is. So it's all sprung loaded. Quite fiddly to assemble, but certainly better than the cast efforts you get with the kit. And as I say, they do actually work. Okay, let's put this to one side. Take this off and zoom. Right, I'll show you the body. Right, the body is fully assembled with cab, roof, 2 sides and the other end. So that's all glued up, and what I'm doing at the moment is filling, filing, spraying, filling, filing, spraying, and it just goes on and on like that. But this is the part I'm really loving, because just primarily because I just love doing this sort of work. Now what I've got to do is that I've got to eliminate a join between this roof and the side. There is a join running all the way through, but when it's finally sprayed you're not going to be able to see that. So if you look, this is the area I'm working on at the moment, and I'm using some modelling putty, which is absolutely gorgeous to work with, but it does shrink a tad. So when you put it on and level it off, when it dries it just shrinks a little bit, so then you have to rub that down, put some more on, rub that down, and then what I've been doing, the yellow, this yellow is not the warning yellow, this is etch primer. You then spray etch primer on it, rub that down until eventually you get a join where there's, well, no join. And it's getting there. It's a slow process, but it is getting there. I've broken the rules as regards the instructions for assembling this. Typically I've broken the rules, me being me. Now the kit says to assemble the cab with glass and the bulkheads and the dashboard, and then assemble the cab to the body. I really didn't agree with that, and what they're saying is because there's going to be no room inside here. I'm sorry, but I think as far as I can see there's plenty of room to do that. So this is the way I'm doing it anyway. If it works out wrong, then I will apologise, but I really can't see there's going to be a problem there. So I'm going to assemble this, do all the filling, and get it satisfactory up to the point where I'm happy then to put a top coat on. But before I put the top coat on, probably what I will do is then assemble the cab. But what I might do is just airbrush this area here, this lot, with the yellow and the BR blue, so that I can then put the glazing in, because I really do not want, if I can help it, to mask off these windows so that I can then spray. Excuse me. So I want to do as much finishing around this cab area as I possibly can before I even attempt to put glass in. Well, not glass, but perspex. What I've also got to do is the LEDs, which will be the head codes up here, plus these two lights here. Now, on the later version of the Class 50, where they had the refurbs, they had a high intensity centre light just here. But because I'm doing the very first version, it was never fitted. So all I've got to worry about is two LEDs here, which come on red when going in reverse, and then these two head code lights are the white lights at the top. So not hugely difficult. So it's just front and rear lights to do, which I shall look out for now. Now that I'm in the process of doing the bodywork. Now, if you can see, I don't know if I can zoom in, but where the cab is joined to the roof, that area there, you can see a join, and it went all the way across. Now you can just see a join halfway across, and I have started filling the join coming down here and here. I say going along there. So that join is gradually going. Now it really is just a case of doing it very bit by bit, not putting too much on and trying to do it in one lump. Just gradually build it up, putting a few dust coats of etch primer on, rubbing that down, taking the high spots off, doing it again, and until you get a good finish whereby you can't see the join, and also obviously no ripples where you've got high spots. So that's got to go, that's got to happen across the roof, along the side, obviously repeat at either end, and also the join down here I've got to get rid of, which is going to be fun. And then I can put the handrail on, and I'm putting the handrails on now because it doesn't matter how much paint I put on, because I'm going to have those as a stainless steel item. I can just take the paint off those and I'm left back with the stainless steel finish, so that's an easy job. And likewise with the handrails on the, or the grab rails on the front of the loco. So that's the position of the where the body is at the moment. So a fair bit of work to do at the moment, but that's good, I like that. So what I will do, I will put the body onto the chassis, and we'll start her up. And what I'll do, I'll start her up first and get it warm, and then shut it down, and then on the second time I start up, it will be in the warm condition, so therefore you don't get the pumps going initially. So I will shut the camera down, pop the body on, and we'll get the sound going. So see you later. Right, hello again. So what I've done now is that I've already started it and then stopped it, and then because it's now warmed up, you don't get that noise of where it's priming the pumps. So if we start it up. So now that's good to go as regards moving. No need for a warm up. And depending upon how fast you're slowing down, you will get brake squeal as well. Doesn't happen every time. There you go. And shut down. So there we go. So I'm getting there. There's obviously a lot of work to do on the bodywork now, but I'm really pleased with this kit. Really pleased with it. It's going so well. Hope you're enjoying the build so far, and really the next thing now is to put the chassis away and concentrate on the body, and also the smoke unit too. So I've got to get that configured. Right, okay, that's about it for now. I will be doing a lakeside update probably tomorrow. But I will put this up in the meantime and see what I've done up in the barn on Lakeside. So until then, I will speak to you later. So bye for now. Bye.